there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So Carina challenges are finally here and we can see what we need to do. Well, in reality I actually have already done one of these challenges, and the next video that I make is going to be about my run, the team that I used, the champions that I would swap out, and how it went overall. As a spoiler alert, no, but as a sneak peek, I did the Titania path, path 1, that was a challenge for #gods and #culls worthy champions. And it actually went quite smooth. I was very satisfied with it. So, the rewards for each individual challenge, one of the 4 anyways, are split in 2. I actually didn't notice that at first, but you do get 20 7-star 6 stones as well as 5,000 7-star shards for doing the first 3 fights. And then you get 10,000 7-star shards and 10,000 Titan shards for doing the next 4, making your way halfway through the map. So they are split in 2, these first ones. And let's break down the next 3 then, and then talk about the last 2 separately. So, I did the culls worthy one, so we can take a look at the champions there. So for culls worthy and #god, remember that this is any selected tag. There was a misunderstanding for that challenge whether these champions need to fit both criteria, but we quickly realized that it wouldn't be the case because, well, there are no champions that fit both tags. But I do think that you have to have champions on your team from each of these tags, at least one, in order for it to count. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you do want to have, #gods and at least one culls worthy champion. So you do have champions like Atuma, Hulk, Serpent, Enchantress, Juggernaut. You do have Absorbing Man, Hercules, and Titania, and Odin, and obviously Heimdall. And yeah, I'm gonna again give a quick sneak peek there. And Serpent was insane. Serpent was crazy good for this entire endeavor. But that is the culls worthy challenge. Next, breaking down the further one, we have mutant one. So that's Masterful mutants, and that is also seemingly one of the more popular ones. That is when you have to do the Sauron path, as in Sauron, Hitmonkey, America Chavez, continue to Airwalker, Captain Britain, and here we can see the map. So that's the red line. The one that I did was the green line. So that would be path 3 for the mutants only. Primarily, I see that people are using OG Storm and Onslaught as making them horsemen as well. And then also, you do have Professor X along with you as well, potentially to help with some synergies, or just Cable to help APOC ramp up better. But since you are going up against the mutant champion, I think that's actually unnecessary. Very good. Very, very good. Right. Yeah. So that is that. Next up, and I haven't done that run yet, I will, ponder on the team, probably rank up my Storm, most likely, because I really need to figure out what approach I'm going to take, because you can probably try and use Strife for that lane, or you can try and, go with Storm or Professor X, so I'm going to collect a bit more info on that one, what is the best strategy, as I do that. Then next up, we have chosen challengers with #Carina Challenger Tag Champions, and you do need to do path 4, I believe, the one with Diablo, I-Bomb, and then there's Squirrel Girl, Silver Sentinel, Silver Centurion, sorry, and Spidey 99. The rewards are the same as for the previous one, and #Carina Challengers. So let's take a look at that tag. This one was actually a bit more finicky for me because a lot of these Carina Challengers obviously were more current champions back in the day, and now the list is not as necessarily ranked up for a lot of people, because you do need to answer quite few difficult problems there. But I do believe Void is going to help us with that Diablo fight, and who knows, we might actually end up. You do need some power control in the Silver Centurion fight. Might need to rank up Hawkeye. God, I hope not. But there's Guillotine 2099, which I don't really want to use. And then there's Hawkeye, but I think he's bleeding me, so Guillotine 2099. I just talked about her in an earlier video today, how I don't necessarily want to rank her up. Might have to do that, which would kind of suck. Unless No, but that's only on level 3s. Only power control. This guy has level 3s, so I doubt that would be enough. Anyways, yeah, that's the Korean challengers. Have a feeling Crossbones will play an important role there, as well as Void. As for the rest of the champions, we'll need to figure that out soon enough. So, then moving on to the next set of challenges, and they're always really quite spicy. You can probably tell I'm also a bit excited. Then we do have Out of This World, where we need to do these we need to do part 6, that's the Odin and Shang-Chi one, with team that is dimensional beings. So let's take a look at dimensional beings in the game. Add the tag, #dimensional being. This is going to be quite interesting. We do have Chavez that could do fair amount of heavy lifting as well as Kushala and CGR. There's the Gallon, also Fam, which I do think was quite good for the Odin fight, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also do have Spot. And interestingly, Purgatory. Will we need the Purgatory? Purgatory, because this is kind of like a ramp up type of thing, could be quite useful. Who knows? Definitely. But yeah, you absolutely will want the power control. So a Centurion. There's Hood. But Hood again in long form content doesn't really work. Yeah, definitely we'll need to think about this squad as well. Probably it's going to look like something, you know, America Chavez, CGR, Fam, maybe Purgatory. Who knows? We'll see. Quite excited for this run as well. And then we have the #Carina challenge, well, the #10th anniversary challenge. So that's the tag that we saw added to the game, which I thought might be connected with more challenges rather than just the one. But this is for the full run, right? So this is for the entire run. The champions that we were looking at and already discussed, including a couple of reverse control immunes like Wiccan, Ironheart, and Moondragon, as well as obviously Vox, Spider-Ham, Shield, Wong that I recently took up to rank 2, Null. We're gonna have to pick a path for this and figure out which one is the best, because in this challenge I believe we could choose whichever path we wanted. Yes, it says complete the Necropolis using team consisting of only #10-year challenge. So this is different. This is one of the 2 runs that you will have to do fully, and the rewards for that will be a Titan Crystal, 30,000 7-star shards, and 30 generic signature stones. Then there is a challenge that we cannot possibly do yet, and complete the Necropolis using a team consisting of all 5 deathless tagged 7-star champions. So we will only be able to access this when we actually get Deathless She-Hulk and Deathless Thanos. And that is going to give us an instant Deathless Thanos dupe, as well as 60 Sig Stones and 30,000 7-star shards. Now, if you do all the 5 challenges that are available right now, then you'll get a 2-3 gem, a tier 7 basic catalyst, and the 7-star awakening gem, which is, you know, what I am going to be going for. And then fully complete all 6 10th anniversary Necropolis solo objective challenges. That will give you Deathless signature stones times 100. That'll give you a cool profile picture, a legend title, and this selector, which is quite bonkers. So it's either 7-star Nexus or a Maestro dupe. Obviously, you probably do want to go with Maestro dupe. But for those players who do not have Maestro and have not explored Necropolis, it can be your first Maestro too. So these are all the challenges so far. So we do know that the parts that we definitely have to do at the very least halfway through will be parts 1, 3, 4, and 6. Parts 5 and 2 have been omitted from these challenges. And then we're going to have to figure out which path best to take with all Deathless champions and which path best to take with the #10-year challenge. It's still probably going to be both of those runs somewhere on the left side in between parts 1, 2, and 3, most likely. I would kind of suspect, well, we're going to have to see and figure that out, but yeah, I do think that more than likely parts 1, 2, or 3 are going to be the way we end up going for both of those. Either way, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about these challenges? What do you think about the rewards? Obviously, there's plenty of good stuff. And a few more new things in the game, like this new special arena that I actually didn't notice, that has some very, very, very juicy rewards in it. I do need to start grinding it at some point soon, but there's like 5k Titan shards in and quite a bit of units and gold and battle chips for each and every single one of these milestones, and that seems like well worth the effort. Whoops, I didn't show you, but yeah, the anniversary arena definitely seems like quite a good event. Actually, let's pop down quickly to the arena. I want to check it out. Man, I'm starting to get a bit hyperactive because there's lots and lots to do and not enough time. So you do have the multiverse arena, right? Code anniversary season. I believe that's this one, right? Right. So you do have the 6-star shards, the units, the everything else. These anniversary collector crystals. But yeah, 7,000 Titan shards are hiding in the objectives. So, let me know what you guys think about all of the celebration things and more specifically the challenges. Do you plan on tackling them immediately? And I will catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about